When Amara entered the ICU that night, she never expected her past to slap her so hard. She stood frozen, eyes wide, breath caught, staring at the lifeless body of the young maid she had beaten and thrown out of her home. And then she saw it. A small, crescent-shaped birthmark on the girl's shoulder. The same birthmark her missing daughter had. Tears filled her eyes. "No, it can't be," she whispered. But it was. The maid she almost killed was her own blood.
Hello family, welcome to African Stories That Touch. Please subscribe, like this video, and share it with your loved ones. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you never miss any of our powerful stories. Now, sit back and listen carefully, because this story will leave you speechless.
Her name is Amara Okafor. For years, people called her the woman who has everything. A mansion in Lekki, 2 thriving boutiques, a gentle husband. Yet behind her smiles lived a silence, the kind that eats the soul. 18 years ago, she lost her baby girl during a robbery after a car crash. They searched for weeks until even hope stopped breathing. Since that night, she built walls, strong ones, walls that no one, not even her husband, could climb.
Ada came into Amara's house on a Monday morning. A timid girl, barely 20, holding a small nylon bag and wearing eyes too old for her age. The agency said she was hardworking and respectful. Amara wasn't looking for perfection, just obedience. But from the first day, something about Ada unsettled her. Her voice, her smile, the way she said, "Yes, ma." It reminded Amara of a laughter she used to know, a baby's giggle she had buried long ago. Still, she told herself it was nonsense. She was Amara Okafor. Emotions were for the weak. Ada tried her best. She woke before dawn, cleansed the marbled floors, washed clothes until her fingers wrinkled, and still found a reason to thank God at night. But every kindness met Amara's cold eyes. The cook warned her, "Madam doesn't smile. Just do your work and pray she doesn't get angry."
In secret, Ada wrote letters to her mother. Letters she couldn't afford to post because she never even knew who her mother was. She told herself, "I will make enough money one day and I'll search for you. We will never be separated again." She folded the paper, hid it under her pillow, and whispered a prayer. Little did she know, the woman she called Madame was the mother she had been praying to find. One rainy evening, Amara was dressing for a charity gala when she noticed her mother's diamond necklace missing. The same necklace she had sworn she would pass on to her daughter if she ever saw her again. Panic turned quickly into rage. She called the maids, one by one, and questioned them. When Ada appeared, drenched from cleaning the backyard drain, Amara's fury found a target. "Where is my necklace?" Amara demanded. "Please, ma. I swear on my mother's grave, I didn't take it. Do you think tears can fool me? I have handled people like you, and yours will not be different. Gods." The guards hesitated, glancing at each other. Ada knelt, clasping her hands. "Madam, I've never stolen in my life. Please believe me." Amara's eyes were cold. "Take her out of my house, and force the truth out of her mouth before I lose my temper.
When Ada tried to pick up her bag, Amara slapped her so hard that she stumbled backward. The wet floor betrayed her. She slipped, hit her head on the edge of the marble stairs, and everything went silent. For the first time, fear touched Amara's heart. Ada's body lay motionless, blood tracing the edge of her scarf. "Jesus! She's bleeding!" the cook shouted. "Let's rush her to the hospital," one of the guards said. "Do it, and don't bring her back here." But when they carried Ada away, a small whisper escaped Amara's lips. "Why do I have this weird feeling about you?"
That night, rain poured as if the sky itself was weeping. Amara lay awake, haunted by Ada's face, the fear in her eyes, the innocence in her voice. Guilt knocked at her chest, but pride locked the door. By dawn, she couldn't resist anymore. She told her driver, "Take me to General Hospital." In the ICU, she saw her again. Pale, fragile, her head bandaged. Machines breathed for her. Amara stood frozen, her heels clicking softly as she moved closer. The sheet slipped from Ada's shoulder, and then Amara stopped breathing. A tiny, crescent-shaped birthmark lay on Ada's skin, the same one her baby had, the one Amara used to kiss every night. Her world shattered. "No, it can't be. God, no!"
She demanded a DNA test. Her husband, Chief Okafor, arrived and tried to calm her. "Amara, you're shaking," he said softly. "Let's wait. I said do it now." 2 days later, the results came back. The words blurred through her tears. Probability of maternity, 99.9%. The paper fell from her hands. "No! No! My baby! I beat my own child!" Chief Okafor held her, tears in his eyes. "I noticed her resemblance too, but I was afraid. You've suffered enough already." "You should have told me. Maybe I wouldn't have..." Her voice broke before finishing the sentence.
Days turned to night as Amara sat beside Ida's bed. She fed her through the tube, wiped her face, prayed aloud. "Please, Ada. Please, my daughter. Wake up and call me mother just once." One evening, the doctor entered quietly. "Mrs. Okafor, we tried our best, but..." The monitor beep slowed, then flatlined. Amara screamed so loud the nurses froze. "No, please, not her, not again," Amara cried. "I killed my child. God, please forgive me." Chief Okafor pulled her away as nurses covered Ida with a white sheet. Amara fell to the floor, her body trembling with shock. The hospital corridor echoed with her cries. Days passed. The world moved on, but Amara couldn't. She refused to eat, refused to talk. She sat every day in the chapel, staring at the cross. One morning, her phone rang. It was a nurse. Her soft voice broke through Amara's silence. "Mrs. Okafor? Please, not now. I've already lost everything." "No, madam, you haven't. Your daughter, she's breathing again." Amara's head snapped up. What did you say?" "We were preparing her body when her heart started beating. She's alive. It's a miracle." Amara stumbled to her feet, running barefoot down the pews, tears streaming. She burst into the ICU as soon as she reached the hospital, and there, weak but alive, Ada's chest rose and fell slowly. Her eyes fluttered open. Where am I? You are safe now, my child. You are safe.
Amara held her hand for hours, whispering prayers of gratitude. But she couldn't yet tell her the truth. Not until she found the courage to face her own shame. Days passed. Ada's strength returned slowly. Her voice was faint, her smile tired, but she was alive. Amara refused to leave her side. She brought food, flowers, and whispered prayers that often dissolved into tears. But she hid the truth. Each time Ada called her Madame, Amara's heart broke a little more. Madame, you didn't have to stay all night. Rest, my dear. You need strength. The nurses said you prayed for me every day. Why? Because sometimes guilt is the only language a heart remembers. Ada smiled weakly, not understanding. I don't even know why you care so much. You once called me a thief. And I'll regret it until my last breath, Amara whispered. The nurse entered and adjusted the drip. She is recovering well, Mrs. Okafor. God truly gave her back to you, the nurse said before turning to leave. Amara turned away, tears filling her eyes. Yes, he did. When Ada was discharged, Amara insisted she stay in the guest room at the mansion until she was strong enough to walk again. The staff whispered that Madame had changed. She smiled more, prayed with them, even cooked for the first time in years. But guilt never slept. At night, she sat by Ada's door, listening to her breathing, the same rhythm she remembered from holding her as a baby. One evening, her husband found her crying in the hallway. Amara, it's time. What if she hates me? What if she never forgives me? The truth must first be a wound before it becomes medicine. That night, Amara entered Ada's room. The moonlight washed across the bed. Ada looked up, smiling. Madam, you've been crying again. Amara knelt beside her bed. There's something I must tell you. Something that will change everything. Madam, you are scaring me. Ada, the night you fell, I found the birthmark on your shoulder. The same mark my baby had, the baby I lost 18 years ago. I ran a DNA test. Ada frowned, confused. Why would you? Because you are that child, Ada. You're my daughter. The clock ticked once, twice. No, my mother died when I was a baby. The orphanage told me. They lied. You were stolen from the accident. I searched for you until there was no hope left. Ada shook her head violently. You can't be my mother. My mother would never treat me the way you did. Amara broke down, crawling closer, tears soaking her wrapper. I was blind, Ada. I was a woman drowning in pain. Please, don't punish me more than I've punished myself. Ada turned away, sobbing. All those names you called me, thief, liar, Ada said. Every word burns my soul. If I could trade my life for yours, I would, Amara responded. They cried in silence. Two women bound by blood and brokenness. Days passed. Ada avoided her. She ate little, spoke even less. Amara respected the silence, believing maybe that was her punishment. One morning, as sunlight filtered through the curtains, Amara packed her things. She wrote a note and placed it on Ada's table. If living will give you peace, I will go. But remember, I love you. more than life itself.
When Ada woke and saw the letter, her hands shook. Memories flooded. Amara's nights in the hospital, her sleepless prayers, the way she had held her hand through pain. Tears blurred her eyes. She ran out into the compound, calling, "Mother, please wait!" Amara turned, eyes wide. Ada fell into her arms, sobbing uncontrollably. "I forgive you, Mother. I was angry, but I know you didn't mean it. Please don't leave me again." "My child, my Ada, thank you." They held each other as the morning sun rose, the light of a second chance. Months later, Ada had fully healed. Together, they opened a foundation called Ada's Hope, helping orphans find their families. Amara often told the story herself, not as gossip, but as gratitude. "I once beat an angel God sent back to me, but mercy refused to let her die." She looked at Ada beside her and smiled. "Kindness costs nothing, my people, but cruelty can cost you everything. Be gentle, because the stranger you despise today may be your own miracle in disguise." Thank you for watching this video. Tell me what you learned from this story in the comment section. I promise to read and respond to every comment. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more interesting stories that touch. Bye!